Hey, let me tell you a story. Recently, I spent about 5 days in northern China, specifically Nantong. Had to ship out some products for a client, specifically a CrossFit equipment. We had a very bad and tumultuous relationship with this supplier, so I felt the need to physically go myself and make sure that things got done correctly. It's only supposed to be there for 3 days, ended up being there for 5. Actually, 2 days, ended up being there for 5. And this is a video showing you what happens when you have to deal with a crazy factory.
Standing in the fire, just to feel alive. Faith and desire, let me feel the light.
We have a final random inspection and a QC over there with one of our suppliers. Don't have the best relationship with the supplier, so I wanted to make sure that I was there just to make sure that everything goes smooth and that we get the quality that we paid for. You know, obviously it doesn't make me super excited to go deal with a factory that I'm not fond of, but like, you know, at the end of the day, it is an experience. Just want to get everything done, check out a new city. You know, I might actually visit another supplier on Friday. Kind of crazy thing is I was in Hong Kong yesterday. I was in the office in the morning, went to Hong Kong, came back in the evening, had my mastermind group session from 9 to 10 p.m, 10 to 11 had a client call, 11 to 12 was recording videos for Instagram, and then I'm back home in bed, and then I'm up at 5 a.m. ready to roll again. It's an entrepreneurship life. Wouldn't have it any other way, and I gotta go because my cat is fucking annoying me right now. Being like, feed me. Alright, cheers.
It's too early for me to check that.
It's kind of nice, you know, walking around. So I kind of like working at night because it's pretty quiet. But it's also nice to be up before everybody, which is usually my situation. But like, it's not always dark when I wake up. So Shanghai.
Alright, so we're in Bayun International VIP Lounge. I feel like a news reporter. I feel like I should have wearing that. Seems kind of unnecessary. I think we could have walked this. I don't think it's that far.
女士们、先生们，飞机已经降落在南通新东机场。在滑行期间，安全带信号灯尚未熄灭，请您不要解开安全带。到达南通的旅客，下机时请带好您的全部手提物品，并请确认在您前方座椅口袋内没有遗留私人物品。飞机停稳后，请小心开启行李架，以免行李滑落。您托运的行李下机后，请在到达地行李提取处领取。继续。
Alright, So we just arrived at the factory. You can have a look around. We are inspecting cross-fitness equipment. Just sat down with the boss. Seems super friendly, even though I was a little bit cautious, but I don't know. That's typical. Face-to-face meetings tend to not be intense. My plan basically is just to be, not to talk about the past issues that we have, and just to inspect the products, get that done, and then pay, and then we're out. So I have my QC checklist here. I have the sales agreement, bank account information. I have pictures, samples. That's the first batch of products that we're going to be checking, and then that's pretty much it. So it's a pretty small factory. It's 3 floors. That's the factory space. Maybe we do a quick tour, quick walk around. So typically, like a small factory just has, this would be storage. This is a very small factory, by the way. So they have the storage space. These are some other people's products. And then usually the machine workshop is also on the first floor. And then on the second floor, third floor, they tend to have maybe another assembly area, and then offices on the third floor. We'll check them out. Every day was QC except for the last day, but we got there, we had to test the products. I was communicating back and forth with the client. Standard China stuff where the boss takes you out for dinner, tries to get you drunk every night, tries to impress you with his skills of ordering sushi and stuff like that.
干杯！ 哇哦！
Standard China stuff as well. Awkward moments, you know, like you get so used to that. In fact, I revel in it. I just embrace it in those, you know, awkward situations. Pretty funny when you look back, but in the moment you have to embrace them.
来吧，看了，来，你还来。哎，别告诉你老板，两个男的抱在一起啊，东北的。还没结束呢，别说啊，两个男的抱在一起。还没结束。那个，真狗，你还是吃过点。那不，就是那个做司令的，那。对的，给我饿了。知道给。都下了。还没结束啊？知道。耶。啊。Thank you.
Yeah. Holy shit. It's a bottomless pit. They just keep on pouring more and more booze. And I get hugged by more and more bigger and bigger Chinese dudes. I don't know how do I escape? Save me.
And then, because I was there for so long, I also felt like I wanted to have a good time. And usually I work on a weekend, but I ended up going out, and that was an interesting experience, being out in this tiny town in northern China.
Walking the night streets. Yeah, I just decided to take a stroll. So I just came across a nice young German gentleman. He was nice enough to let me know that this building, that one over there, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a couple places over there where there might be some people I might want to meet. So I'm gonna head over to that side, see what Nantong has to offer. All right.
Also just pretty much like hotel factory, sleep factory. We had multiple products, so it's going to be like 2 days at the most, but because there were quality issues, because there were those trust issues, I ended up having to be there for 5 days, 4 nights.
Alright, so it's day 4 in Nantong. I don't really have too much to do today, actually, to be honest. I just have to follow up on a few things that, a few products that have to be replaced. Follow up on a few packaging issues that we had. And then tomorrow we're shipping out, so that's it. So I'm pretty much going to use the free time that I have to just catch up on emails and, you know, push other projects forward. We have like 3 QCs. We had 4 QCs this week. We have another 2 QCs going on today. So I need to monitor those. Like those are back in Shenzhen. So there's that. And then I just need to plan for the rest of the week as well. So for next week. So we had to make a couple changes to the outside of the packaging, and then as you can see behind me, those ladies are repackaging some defective products. So just overseeing this is pretty much the last few steps of this process. I have to inspect a few more products tomorrow morning before we send the shipment out.
I had, you know, one of my clients, as a favor, because I was only about 2 hours away from that city. It's because it's Suzhou. I went to visit a new factory for them as it's kind of like a favor for one of my clients. So was able to kind of, even though I was gone for such a long time and I'm managing my work remotely, I was able to get in a factory visit and be a little bit more productive.
What's going on? Day 3, and I'm on my way to Jiangsu City. Just visiting another supplier client, so I figured that I'm in the area. This factory is like an hour away. I want to take advantage of the situation and just stop by. So it's the first time I'm visiting the supplier as well. It's good, get to present and stuff.
Standing on the rooftop of a factory. I'm still in Nantong, but it's all good. It's all good. Just getting an internal look at the way a factory's day-to-day operations work, because there's one thing to visit a factory for a day. It's one thing to visit a factory for a couple hours, sit down in the conference room, have coffee and whatever, and maybe go for dinner or lunch and just talk about random stuff. But when you spend 3 days somewhere and you're there every day, the past 2 days I've been in the factory from 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, no, first day we were in the factory from 12 till 7, and then yesterday I was in the factory from about 8 o'clock in the morning till 7, and then today I got to the factory at 12, and I'm going to be here probably till a similar time. So it's like I've seen the way the boss interacts with employees. I've seen him having many meetings with other people. I've seen him talking to suppliers. I've seen how he assesses certain situations, and I've also seen how the factory workers operate when they take breaks. Just the chatter, how frequently are they working. I'm seeing dynamics within the relationships of everybody. I guess the summary of that would be, it's interesting to see what is different. It's interesting to see what's similar in terms of work culture between the West and the East. But yeah, one thing I have noticed, and I've been thinking about this for a while, maybe a couple of years since I've been here, maybe a year, is I've noticed that lunch in China is like an event. I've noticed there's certain things like lunch, for some reason, maybe it's not just China, I think it has something to do with maybe working class people, blue collar type people. Lunch tends to be this big thing. You take a break, it's an hour or it's 2 hours, and you go, you leave, you shut down everything, you go have your meal, you go hang out, you switch off for an hour during the day. Whereas for me, and I think a lot of times in the West, we see lunch as just a necessary thing that you have to get done. Another thing is, maybe this has more to do with startup culture and hustle or whatever, but the way the factory shuts down. I'm more than happy to be working till midnight every fucking day, but here it was okay, it's 6 p.m, lights start to turn off, you can see machines being switched off, everybody's just yeah, we gotta, even the boss and everybody else was looking at me why do you want to stay, when are we leaving? And I'm just I've got shit to do, why not just get this stuff done today, why wait till tomorrow? But yeah, maybe I think that's more to do with startup culture than anything else. But yeah, that's enough of my ramblings. I'm gonna go back inside and fire off a couple of emails. When you're dealing with a hostile supplier, you kind of have to go there and take over the operation. So we went there for 5 days, and I was with one of my employees for 2 days, and she had to leave. But I was there in the factory every day, 8 to 7 p.m. In fact, they wanted to leave the factory earlier than I did. They wanted to close. So I was I took over the place and just made sure that our products were done. It's amazing how quickly a factory will move if you're literally just sitting there for the entire day. How quickly you can get things done. They literally shipped over product from another city. It was 8 hours away. They put it on a bus, public bus from that city. Just delivered it to our city because it was we had to ship out in such a short space of time. So it was things like that. They would never do that if I was still in Guangzhou. Yeah,
So that's the general shipping process. Is like, you know, you usually, you know, the agent or whoever is not actually here during this process. Usually it's the freight forwarder's person, the truck driver, and maybe the agent from the shipping company. So they'll confirm that they picked up the products, and they'll send like a picture confirmation if you have a good relationship with them. Sometimes they just pick them up and just tell you that they picked up the products. But I'm here, so you know, I'm counting, I'm inspecting as they're loading the products onto the container. There's a packing list. We counted, and yeah, that's the general process. Like, it's really that simple. Everything else is down to checking what was told to them that would be shipping, and then also the port authority confirming that everything is okay. So, like I said, once a shipment is picked up, it takes like 2 to 3 days. Guy.
Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for watching the video. Rico here, CEO of SourceFind Asia. If you like this video, you like this kind of content, you can check out more our Made in China podcast. Go to sourcefindasia.com/madeinchina and hit the share button.